Scene one, take one.
Hello! This is your last month at Mighty Velo.
Yes.
Can you intro yourself?
Okay, my name is John. I'm 25 years old this year, and I'm a recent graduate from NTU Sports Science and Management. And I've been at Mighty Velo for about 7 months already.
And what's your role?
Well, I do quite a few things here. So when I first came in, my first few weeks is mostly researching and writing some scientific and technical articles to post on the company's Telegram channel. And then I was also involved in some film work, not as an actor, but more of doing the logistics, particularly the wardrobe, so the outfits, what they wear and so on. As manpower needs evolved, they started to put me at retail. So I did some retail as well, interact with a customer. That was quite an interesting time. Okay, very different change of pace. And then about the mid-year, suddenly got a lot of new interns. I kind of fell into the role of assimilating them into the company, managing them, and also look out for their well-being. Because interns, they come in all different stocks, many different, very interesting and unique people. So it's quite an interesting time working with them. Yeah. And then nowadays, since about July, I've been mostly doing marketing, technology, and analytics. Yeah, so so I've done content creation, I've done retail, I've done management, and now I'm doing analytics, like back-end stuff. So quite a broad swath, a broad palette.
Because you're here for 7 months.
Yeah, and I've learned quite a bit about digital marketing. So, for example, I learned that it's really more than just making aesthetically pleasing visuals, graphics. I think it's a lot to do with listening, right? You know, musicians, they have to, before they can produce beautiful music, they must first learn to listen. And I think that's kind of similar to marketing. You must learn to observe, to listen, to be aware of current trends, and be able to tell a story that incorporates both the trend and your products/services. That's one big thing I learned. And another thing I learned is the value of being versatile. I think that when you are able to do many different things, not necessarily a master in every single avenue, but if you have some skill in a variety of different skill sets, I think you are able to to provide value to many different business functions. And I think that will really enhance your worth in the world of work. So I guess that's also a bit of advice to not be a so-called one-trick pony. On a more personal level, I learned about the joy of cycling, which is why I myself bought a bike for Mighty Velo to incorporate into my own lifestyle for fun and for fulfillment, because I do think it's quite stimulating.
After doing all this, which one do you think is your favorite?
I think my favorite is probably working with the interns, because it's the task that is most dynamic. Because when you work with interns, you're working with human beings, and human beings change from day to day. They don't tell you the same thing twice. And I think that gives every day a kind of excitement. It's very dynamic. In my case, the interns, they are quite pleasant to work with, quite friendly, quite interesting people, had a lot of good times with them. So yeah, I think that would be my favorite. And it's also rewarding to bring them out on field trips where they do content shooting and so on, and to see them applying themselves. I do feel some sense of vicarious achievement when I see them thriving, because I have kind of a, you could say, mentor-mentee relationship with them.
What's your fondest memory?
There was one day which was really like the best day in Mighty Velo. It was the day that the school actually emailed me to tell me that I won a very prestigious, very valuable award known as the Lee Kuan Yew Gold Medal. And that was also the day that I had just submitted a very big piece of work at Mighty Velo. So it's really like icing on the cake. Yeah, so that day really is like the best. Yeah, I was quite happy.
My internship was like 10 weeks. How come you were 7 months?
Well, I was supposed to end in June actually, but I decided to extend by a bit because my boss offered me an assignment which I felt would be a good learning opportunity. And also I I enjoy the working environment. I built some friendships with the full-timers. So I thought it's okay lah, stay a bit more lah, yeah. But I feel like I wanted to get as much experience in working with data as possible because of my intended career path, which is in research and academia. So I felt like while the things that I'm doing here is not exactly the same as my field of research interest, I still think there's a lot to be gleaned. There's a lot of applicable and transferable skills. So I decided it's okay, let's stay a bit more. I need a higher purpose, and I think research, the creation of knowledge and teaching, I think that's where I lie lah. And people have told me that I speak like a lecturer or something before, so I think it adds up lah.
Can you describe a moment when you were truly inspired during your internship?
I think that was the time when one of my colleagues brought me on a recce to National Stadium on the bike lah, on the bicycles. And that was one of the first few times I had ridden the bicycle that we sell. I had not ridden a bicycle in any time recently lah. So when I was out there cycling, I felt that kind of freedom lah. I think that was a kind of turning point for me, where I started to believe in like cycling. I started to realize why so many people like it. Yeah, and that's where I started to take a more personal interest in cycling, and also eventually led to my own purchase of a bike. It further cemented my belief that like, wow, actually sports is really more than just the activation of your muscle groups. It can be about freedom, it can be about values, it can be about things that are abstract, intangible, that mean a lot more. So it was quite inspiring for me on many levels.
So I guess Mighty Velo did change you a bit lah.
It added to my lifestyle. I think it does relate because my interest is in the realm of sports science, sports psychology. So I think the experiences that come with owning a bike, using a bike, cycling long distances and so on, I think they help to shape my convictions because it helps when you yourself are engaged in the activity. You have a greater understanding and empathy because you are there yourself.
How do you feel about the people and the culture in Mighty Velo?
I think the full-timers are quite friendly, quite approachable. So I never really feel apprehensive or nervous when speaking to them. In terms of feeling valued, so we usually post our work to this thing called Workplace. People can go there to comments. So they will definitely put things that are important for you to change and so on. But they will usually also appreciate your efforts and recognize the value of the work you have done. And usually the atmosphere is not like a heavy-handed one in Mighty Velo. So normally I feel quite comfortable.
What is something you miss about Mighty Velo?
I think I will mostly miss because the one big part of this internship for me was the people, the full-timers, the interns. So I already miss the interns because they are gone. Okay, I'm the only intern left. So I already miss them. Okay, but when I leave, which is soon, I will probably miss the full-timers lah. Because I developed some good friendships with some of them lah. Yeah, and they have taught me a lot lah.
What's next after Mighty Velo?
I might take a break, but I'm hoping to do a PhD scholarship.
Any advice for people looking for internship?
Can consider Mighty Velo lah. I think if you want a place where the working environment is good, friendly, not very like heavy, very stress. You want a place where they respect your competencies, allow you to explore them, to maximize your potential. I think Mighty Velo is a solid choice lah, can consider. And the location not bad also lah.
Thank you, Sergio. Appreciate you.
Boom. Thank you, Mighty Velo. Bye bye.